Today we are in Ocala and we are back at Silver Spring State Park. We love this state park. It's very cold today. It's in the 40s, so we are bundled up, ready to go. But the goal is to find some wildlife today. Hopefully we can see some of the monkeys, maybe an alligator, who knows?
We'll see.
Let's go check it out. Now we do have an older video that we did a tour of Silver Springs, and we also have an older video of us doing the glass bottom boat tour, which we would highly recommend. It's really cool to see. Today we're just going to walk around and see what kind of wildlife is out there. One of the times we were here, we were not filming, and there were a ton of monkeys right in front of us. So hopefully we see.
Kind of scary.
Yeah, it was kind of scary. So hopefully we see something like that. It's so peaceful out here. Remember the one time we saw the monkey up on like the railing inside? Remember that?
Yeah.
Hopefully we...
Over by like the little boardwalk.
Yeah, the boardwalk. This will kind of be like a tour as well. I mean, we're just going to kind of walk and see what we find. But up here past the fountains is where the entrance is. And like with all the state parks in Florida, what is it, like $2 I think per person? Sounds about right.
This one's $2 per person.
This one's $2. Over here they have America's Best State Parks. That's a good one. Restrooms are up here on the left if you want to use those before you go into the park. Now it is also a pet-friendly park. You can see $2 per person. Remember the one time we saw the person wearing the backpack that had a monkey?
Monkey in their backpack.
Yeah, it was their pet monkey. But we'll come up here, pay entry fee here. If you are wanting to do the glass bottom boat tour, it is park admission and glass bottom boat is $15 per person. Children 6 to 12, it's $14, and children under 6 is free. Extended river cruises, $25 per adult, $20 for children 6 through 12, and that is only on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Something that's going to be interesting to look at is every time we've come, which kind of was around COVID and a little after, they didn't have any of their like souvenir stuff opened up. Look at the ornaments. So this is something we haven't seen yet, this little souvenir stand. We've got some shirts, hats. Pretty neat. This is the boardwalk we were talking about earlier. Do you want to go on it now or when we come back through?
Whatever, we can go on it now.
We'll go on the boardwalk first.
And if it's not very active with anything, we can try it again before we leave.
True. We did see a ginormous snake over here too.
It was just a black snake, but big.
We've seen quite a bit of wildlife at this one.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be a little intimidating, not gonna lie.
The monkeys are the scariest. The monkeys are scarier than the snakes, and I'm terrified of snakes.
And then they do say that there could be bears. We have yet to see a bear out here. Probably would be really terrifying. We saw that snake last time right over here. This is the Ross Allen Island Boardwalk. See, there you go. Hopefully we do see some today. It's pretty unique. Oh, remember, I don't know, maybe in the video we did, we showed the monkeys in the trees. It was a very old video though, so it was like a different style of video.
The first time we came, we saw monkeys over here, and then another time we came that we didn't film, we saw monkeys over in like the woods over there.
Forest area. I think I did though. I was using a different camera at the time. There's some kayakers out there, and
I want to kayak this so bad.
We're gonna have to do that sometime
when it's warmer.
They were all in the trees right here jumping around. It's so pretty out here though.
Gators. Oh, what is that? A cormorant or a hinga? I don't know the difference,
but the water is cold. Although it's a spring, so it's probably, what, 72 year round? Now we probably should say there's always monkeys out here. It's just a matter of if they're out kind of near. Yeah. There's like they live out here, so there's always going to be monkeys. When we went on the glass bottom boat tour, we saw monkeys. So. And
apparently they like terrorize the people that like live around here too.
Yeah, interesting. There might be some kind of something going on over here, but we're gonna go this way and continue walking around the boardwalk. Down here we have the Fort King Pavilion. I do like this area because in the summer and stuff, it's so pretty for pictures. And you can see how blue the water is. But the movie, The Creature of the Black Lagoon, was part of it was actually filmed out here. So that's pretty neat. Neat little history fact. Very peaceful though. One of these days we will do, oh, you see a turtle? Oh, all the way back there. Right there. One of these days we'll do our top 5 state parks. Of course, we haven't been to all of them yet, so we do want to do a few more of them before we do that, but there's some good ones in Florida. Over here, I believe, yeah, there must be some sort of wedding going on later, but this is the Ross Allen Island Amphitheater. That's kind of pretty. I think that would be a pretty location. It's a little chilly though, a little chilly for an outdoor wedding. Now, hopefully, we see some sort of wildlife. Other than just like a bird or something like.
And a turtle.
And a turtle, yeah. Like an alligator, a monkey, a bear.
From a distance.
From a distance. So you can see we just went around. It's a big loop. Now we're going to head back.
This is where we saw monkeys one time. They're
Yeah.
on this railing.
Right? I think it was in that video with my parents when we did the glass bottom boat tour.
Maybe.
I think. I'll have to go back and look, but I think I got a little bit filmed here because that was when they were jumping. Yeah. So we do have some footage of monkeys, but the time with your mom that we didn't film,
it was like troops.
they were like right, not here. We'll show you where they were at, but they were like from here to there. Like we were scared.
A ton of them.
They were definitely.
And yelling at each other.
Or yelling at
after
us.
Each other. Mm.
Yeah. And you can see this just brings you back to where we entered. So now we're going to continue on that way. There's a few things that seem a little different than the last time we came. Looks like there's a food truck. Again, we came COVID, a little after COVID, so things weren't quite as open as they were before. Also, sign over there says park closes at 6 p.m. today.
I feel like I remember reading something maybe a few months ago that says they were closing down all of this stuff. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
It's all closed. Yep. Are they remodeling or something?
I mean, I think so, but I do remember reading something. I don't remember exactly what, but I remember reading, oh, they're going to be probably remodeling, I would assume.
Gotcha. When we did come, they had a little, like, stand of, like, pretzels and hot dogs and popcorn, but they definitely didn't have a food truck, but maybe that's why they have a food truck. It's the Springside Cafe. Looks like they've got some ice cream and a pretty large menu. You can see, here's the menu they've got. Their novelty ice cream. Okay, that was a tad expensive. I got a grilled ham and cheese, which you could get a cold sandwich or a grilled one, so I wanted a grilled one. Comes with a pickle, spear, and a side. I chose chips. You got a hot dog. You chose chips as your side. We got 2 bottled waters, $31.75. It is a state park, so I guess
only $2 to get in, but if you want
to get you on the food. However, I noticed, and they had on a little like menu, or like they wrote items down, and they had canned sodas, but they also have hot chocolate and hot coffee. Several people were getting hot chocolate. I think it was $2.50, but that was expensive. That's like more than Panera. We'll see how good it is, though. We're over at a picnic table waiting for them to call our name. Here is our $31 lunch. Got some Lay's chips in there. That does look like a very good hot dog though. And then I'm up for a good grilled ham and cheese. Probably should have been about $15 total, but hey, it's a state park, so they're gonna get their money one way or another. Now, I'm not gonna do a test on the Lay's chips because most people know how the Lay's chips taste. What's them? You like Lay's chips? You like? You and my dad love Lay's chips.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Here we go. Looks like a good one. It's very warm right now. Oh yeah, that's tasty again. I don't feel like a grilled ham and cheese should ever be $9, but it's at least a good grilled ham and cheese. How's your dog? I will say there wasn't like hardly any gluten sensitive items, so
No, I'm not gonna eat all the bread, but
good hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. We have a little squirrel visitor here. I will make note: do not feed the wildlife. We have not, and we will not. Again, please do not feed the wildlife.
It's like one of my biggest pet peeves.
People feeding wildlife, yeah.
Leave them alone.
Yep. So we won't get to show you any of that because it is getting a refurb, but we're gonna walk this way. There's the glass bottom boats right there. We're not doing that today, but it's a fun thing. Would recommend it. You have to right now walk through this way, but you can see this is everyone lined up for the glass bottom boat tour. Normally we walk along that path. Please pardon our dust. Reno is a must. Also, they talk about the creature of the Black Lagoon over there. All right, so there's not a whole lot over there. There's a sign, but we're gonna turn this way and continue walking. Here is another pavilion. You can sit, just kind of look out. There's usually some fish you can see over here. Oh, right there.
And there's still props from movies down like deep in the springs that you can see in the glass bottom boat.
Yeah, and it gets pretty deep in there. Pretty peaceful. The wind is starting to pick up, which means it's very cold right now. Ooh, the banana trees aren't looking too great.
How are banana trees look?
Yeah, we're gonna head this way. Over yonder is where you kind of get back into some of those paths, but we're gonna just keep walking this way. Got this little, how do you pronounce them? Nhinga?
Nhinga.
Nhinga, fanning out, drying out the wings.
AKA devil-bird.
You said you did some research.
Their name comes from like a native Brazilian language, and it means snake bird or devil bird.
Interesting.
They do look like a snake, though. I know, like when they're in the water,
Oh, yeah.
and their heads are just poking up. It looks like a water snake.
Oh yeah. And the way he just turned his neck, I see why they say devil bird. Bye-bye. We are just walking down this path. Don't quote me on it, I couldn't see.
I'm gonna look it up.
But I think there were some manatees over there. I'm not sure. I would assume they're in a spring. Let's see if we can get a better view of it. Maybe if we come this way. Yeah, right over there. It's gotta be them. It says. Yeah, so you can kind of see the ripple in the water right there where this boat's gonna drive right next to him. You can see one of its little like little flapper right there. See them? They're coming down this way.
I love them.
What's a group of them called?
A group of manatees. I feel like a
Pod? That's a whale, right? Aren't whales pods?
like a herd, because there's a mullet that just jumped over there again. Or like a herd, because they're like elephants, you know? Elephants in the ocean is what they're called.
Yeah, look at them all.
Let's see. That's a good trivia fact. What is a group of manatees called?
Cruising on down. See if we can get a better view of them here.
I saw the herd.
Oh, good job. There's several of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, wow. There's people paddleboarding over there.
5 little potatoes floating around. That would be really cool to be on the boat tour and get that close to them.
They're on the kayak right there.
Oh yeah, with their dog. We just heard the glass bottom boat tour guide say 9 of them he sees. All over there. We're gonna keep heading down this way, kind of following them a little bit. Then these paths kind of split off. There's not a whole lot that way. That's like an event center or something, I think. There's also a glass bottom boat that you can kind of go in that used to be like the concession stand. But we're gonna head this way because this is where the back path is, where you can hopefully see some monkeys. It might be too cold for them. They might just be hunkered down today. Maybe they're like iguanas and they just
just swimming in the water. I've seen them do that here.
Yeah.
They jump in the water and just swim.
That's true. We will find out. So here's the two paths. That way takes you to where we will go later, like out in the wilderness. Look, talks about feeding monkeys. This way is, you can overlook the spring again. So we're gonna do this first, then head back that way. There are restrooms over there. This is the Sea Hunt deck. Look, filmed on location in Silver Springs. This talks about, let's see if we go over here, Sea Hunt. So another movie that was filmed over here, in addition to Creature of the Black Lagoon. A little photo op. Do we see anything? It does say there are alligators, and I believe it because we've seen.
Yeah, we did
See an alligator.
A big one. And I think there's another manatee over there that they're kind of hanging out with, baby.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I saw gray
Yep.
in the water.
I don't know where the alligator.
Oh,
Oh,
little snoot.
I don't know where the alligators are today.
Find it any sort of sunny place.
You're right.
I'm an alligator. I'm dead.
Here it talks about the monkeys. Here it shows the birds. There's the anhinga. Look at the eastern screech owl. There are the restrooms, and you can see
Last chance.
this is all. If you've got to do that,
Do not do that in the woods.
go over there, not in the woods. This is just kind of like, you got to kind of go rogue. So here's the black bear pavilion, but you just got to go rogue. This is where we're going.
Side note about the manatees, because I absolutely love them. They, you can see them in the springs from November through February, as long as it stays cool enough. And it's definitely cool enough right now. So I know we've seen them at a lot of places. De Leon Springs, is that right? Is that what the place is called? With
Yes,
the pancake
yep.
place? Saw a lot of them there. Of course, Three Sisters in Crystal River, Homosassa Springs. But they have some that are like in, that
Like
like
the
permanently
rehab.
live there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can see wild ones too over there. And then of course here now.
Yeah. We do want to head out to Blue Spring State Park sometime, so we might try to go out there before manatee season is over. This is what the creek trail looks like, and this is the trail where the monkeys were right in front of us.
I believe we even saw them just on the out, like last time when we were approaching it, because it was our family. There was a bunch of them just over here, even in the trees, and so we're like, oh boy.
What was that, July? We'll have to come back in July
Yeah,
and
July.
see if we can spot them. I'm not thinking there are any out today. Again, they're in there somewhere, but maybe they're in their home,
Well,
in the heat.
I think this is their home.
like a physical home. They built a home.
They have a shelter.
And they're in their home. Here's some birds or something over there, but you can see this is what the path looks like. It's quiet. Too quiet. Yeah, I think they walked.
We were like standing like right here. Pause. Watch my back. Right here.
Yeah, and they stopped and looked. Stop and then look. We were kind of like, oh.
I didn't do that. That was dramatization.
Not much going on back here. I will say, now's the time to come though, because there are no bugs.
True.
Makes it very nice. As we're walking this way, we did see a hawk up in the tree, so hopefully it won't fly away and we can show it. Where are you at? There it is. Look at that.
There's some little dogs right there too.
Oh, it turned around.
At the little dogs.
Oh yeah, that's a big hawk.
Been eating good over here.
Looking for its next meal.
Monkeys and stuff.
So not much on this path. We're just making the loop all the way around.
But
Pretty.
it's good to know if you come during the warmer months. This is where we saw a lot of them. If
Yes.
you're wanting to see them.
It is also rainy during that time, so I would wear appropriate
Yeah, shoes.
footwear
Yeah.
for, I mean, all this was like flooded when we came. All right, we made it back to where we started in that little loop. No wildlife. Well, a hawk.
Yeah.
A good-sized
We
hawk.
saw a hawk. We saw anhingas. We saw manatees. We saw turtles.
Squirrel.
Ugh. See, it wasn't a boring trip.
No. But coming back in the
I
summer.
wasn't expecting to see manatees, honestly.
No.
I didn't even think about it.
Really, I thought maybe we'd see an alligator and that's it. But now are you warm?
I mean, warming up now.
But we'll have to come back in the summer. All right, now we're gonna head back towards the water and then head towards the exit. There are a ton of people out in kayaks today. Actually, quite a bit of people here.
It's cold.
It is cold. And then the last thing is we forgot to show this awesome turtle painting. Before we head out, we'll just see if we see any more wildlife over on this side. Yeah, I don't think we'll see anything over here. As we're leaving, there's a ton of people entering right now. Heading back to the car. Silver Springs, thank you for visiting. Oh, it's kind of hard to see on here. I don't know. Oh, I don't think you can still see it. I don't know if you can see that or not. It says thank you for visiting. That was our trip out to Silver Spring State Park. Definitely a cold day, but for $2, totally worth it to go walk around because you can see some wildlife. If you get food, that makes up for the price. But hey, we're not hungry. It was fun. Got to see some manatees. Had a fun time. Sorry for the loud helicopter over us. With that being said, that does it for today. Thanks for watching.